I'm testing two high-end foundations that are both full coverage on my mature skin. Hi, I'm GloryB, and this is GloryB-TV, a lifestyle channel for mature women who want to look fabulous, feel amazing, and age gracefully. Well, I'm doing a few videos where I'm battling out 2 or 3 different foundations per video, and they're either all medium coverage or all full coverage, all drugstore or all high-end. So in this one, I'm looking at 2 high-end foundations that are definitely full coverage. I have another one coming up with 3 more that are high-end and full coverage, but I thought I'd start with these 2 in this video. First is the It Bye Bye foundation. This is not their BB cream. This is actually their foundation that they call full coverage moisturizer. I don't know why they call it that, but anyway, it is full coverage. And then the other one is the PUR 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. And what I'm going to do is show you how they apply, show them to you close up, and then we'll look at it again in the later afternoon and in the evening. So let's get started first with the It Bye Bye foundation. I have my It Bye Bye foundation here, and it's in the color called Fair. It comes in a tube, but it's got a pump. And this is really full coverage. So I'm just gonna dot this on a few places. And then I'll smear it in. I remember being in a store and finding a color for this was difficult. I was dabbing some colors on, I did it on my face, and walking with a mirror over to the window in the store. I just didn't want to buy something that was too yellow. I don't like yellow on me, but you see, yeah, in the monitor here, it just starts looking mask-like. But if you have rosacea, or if you have, something that where you really need a full coverage, then, once you blend this out, it doesn't so much look like that. So I'm just using my, what they call the e.l.f. powder brush, but it has a flat surface. And while I'm not going down my entire neck, I'm just blending it out at the edge. And then I'm going to take a close-up mirror, and I think for me it just seems a little bit yellow, but once I have all of my makeup on, we'll see if I still think that based on just, seeing myself in a mirror with daylight or without the bright studio lights. All right. Let's take a look here. It's not settling into pores. This is it without any under eye cover corrector up close. It's got a little bit of a shine to it, but I can take care of that with the rest of my makeup with the powder. But I wanted you to see with the cheeks, where I have the large pores. It's not like sitting on top of the skin. So that's good, especially for a full coverage foundation. Now I'm going to put the rest of my makeup on and I'll be right back. Here is the finished look close up. And here it is from further away with my finished look. So yeah, it looks okay. And it's definitely full coverage, that's for sure. So in the next clip, we'll look at it later in the day, mid-afternoon, in some daylight. It is about 3 o'clock. I'm sitting in front of a window. It's a very cold day. That's why I'm not outside again. And I just checked, since my vision isn't great, I checked in a 10x mirror. And I was going into around here, where it tends to get cakey, and it's not. and it's not sitting in the pores. It's just looks like it's part of my skin, which is kind of surprising because this foundation is very full coverage. And here, you know, I have my lines, my forehead lines, and even on my under eyes, it's looking pretty good. So this is impressive, and we'll check next a little bit later in the evening. It's now about 7:30 in the evening, and it's time to check the IT product. I didn't look in my makeup mirror this time, so let's check it out in the cell phone. So I'm also going to have to do, okay, looking in my 10x mirror, it's not settling into pores. It's kind of shocking that it isn't. If you can see my forehead, it's not getting into the lines that much. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look like a mask. That's what I was concerned about, that being such a full coverage that it would look like a mask. So this one is performing really well. They don't have colors that I would call cool. They're more neutral or warm. So this one called Fair was like the best I could do. I think I used to have another one. I bought two at one time. They might have even had a BOGO, buy one get one half off, and I gave the other one away because this one was the best color that they had out of all of theirs. So I think this one is a good choice if you're looking for something that's full coverage, that'll last all day. And if you're over 50, even if you're over 40, and certainly with all of these bye-bye products, if you have redness or rosacea or something else that needs to be covered up, I think this one would be a good choice. So let's get to the other one, which is the PUR 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Foundation. Now I have my PUR 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie. This has a pump. And I'll start with a little bit. This is really full coverage, and it spreads really well. That little bit. And I'll spread it all over, getting a little bit on my nose, my forehead, before I brush it out and buff it out. I like to just get it into those corners. All right, now I've got my brush. Check it in my own close-up mirror. I don't really get my... This is where the brush is so helpful, because I saw I hadn't gotten it on my nose really well. Or it just looked weird on the pores. No. In the monitor, it does kind of look mask-like, but that's because I don't have the rest of my makeup on yet. And I don't want to get a little thing in my eye. Let's see. Okay. So let's do a quick close-up. Now, this 4-in-1 Selfie also has its own built-in light concealer, but you apply it separately. So here you can see it's not really getting into or sitting on top of my pores. So that's good. It's given me a good look. Chin, you don't have to look at my nostril. And so now what you can do, if you want to use the same color as concealer and you don't want to use something like usually I'll use the Tarte Shape Tape. So you unscrew this. I don't want to get it all. And it's got a doe foot. So I'm going to do a little doe foot up here. Let me see. Yeah, I'll use this. Okay. And then I brought a damp Beauty Blender sponge. This is just an e.l.f. It's not the Beauty Blender brand. It's just slightly damp from me washing it the day before. I don't like it really wet. And I'm just pouncing it in. So, yeah. And as I put it in here, let's see, trying to get rid of some of those little cracky things. And since I'm doing that on camera, I'm going to show you how I set the under eye. Nice little trick. There's some TikTok lady I learned this from. So you start by taking, I use the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. You can use any setting spray. Spray a little bit on the back of your hand. Then you take your ring finger and dip it in. And then you just lightly tap it on that under eye area that you just put the concealer on. And do the other one. And you keep tapping until it mostly feels dry. Okay, and then once it's pretty dry, I take a translucent powder. Most of the time I was using a NYX powder, which was cheaper. This is the It by Pores pressed. I like the pressed. You can use a loose if you want. And then I just take a brush that looks like this and dab it into the powder and tap it off, and then just lightly tap it on that area. Okay. And of course, I'm usually doing this in a close-up mirror. I want to make sure it looks like what I want it to look like. And then I want to show you on the phone again, closely, let's see if I can get some light, how that looks. So yeah, that looks pretty good. So since I used this same color as the concealer, it doesn't brighten the area, you know, it doesn't make it any lighter. But if you have tear troughs like I do, and that's another reason why I like my Pixie corrector, because the Pixie corrector that's put on before foundation, that I'm skipping for all these foundation things so you can really see how the foundation works. The Pixie corrector works to kind of eliminate how the tear trough looks. So I put it into the tear trough and then I do lighter outside of that. But anyway, I'm not doing that this time. So in the next clip, you'll see me with a full face of makeup. Here's a full face of makeup, and this is close up. So let's pan the camera back. And here's from further back. Now, I've always liked how this makeup looked on me during the day, but I never really looked at it close up. So I was doing the rest of my makeup, and I had a 10x mirror. In my makeup mirror, with that kind of lighting, I could see some cakiness here and here. And I saw some like grabbing drier skin up in this area. It's harder to see it in this light. But from a distance, I think it, you know, you be the judge, but I think it makes my skin look nice and smooth. And so we're going to check it next later this afternoon. All right, it's about 3:30 in the afternoon, and checking this, I just looked in a 10x mirror because I can't see anything here. And it's a tiny bit cakey in here and in here. I think I can see it better with my makeup mirror lights on a 10x magnification. Not so much, it's, I have my mirror here. It's not as noticeable. Oh, I have chocolate. That's bad. Okay, I had a little piece of chocolate. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. So it's not a bad amount of cakiness. I think it's sticking to a little bit of dryness up here and up here, but it hasn't worn away. I don't know if I have, oh, it's like some glitter pieces maybe left over from the eyeshadow. Lovely. All right. And apparently I need to go to the electrolysis. All right, it's about 6:15 and I've just checked my skin for the PUR in my makeup mirror with my 10x, my 10 times magnifier. And I am getting some, still having that cakiness here, a little bit of dryness here. I don't have it down here, but let's take a look in the video so you can see up close. So this is where I'm getting the cakiness, just right in this area and over here, getting the dryness up here. I'm not getting so much dryness here like I did with a couple other foundations in another video. So the interesting thing is I've always liked how this one looked from a distance, like later in the day, but I never took a close-up look at my skin in the afternoon or in the evening. Compared to this one, I thought the It Bye Bye foundation was going to be a lot more cakey because it's so full coverage, which is the whole intent of their line. But this one, I think, did better on my skin throughout the day. So go to a store and check out the colors, though, and test them to see if you like either of these. I like both of them, actually. And then check out one of my other videos. So not one of them. I have a few in this series. So if you want to get to the whole playlist, you want to tap the little eye in the upper right-hand corner, and that brings down the cards. And one of the cards is the whole playlist. I'll also have that in the description box below the video. Or you can just tap one of the images on the right side of your screen to go right into one of the other videos. I'm releasing them one at a time, so I'll have to go back and reconnect them. So if you're interested in seeing medium coverage or full coverage, drugstore or high end, you can go check it out, and I'll see you in the next video.